Looking to give your handicapping game a sharper focus? Racelands is the most in-depth product in horse racing, with unique features found nowhere else. Customized people, summary and individual research, handicapping angles and math testing, true odds, predictive analysis, and pace projection. With innovative analytics powered by data from Equibase, it will change the way you follow.
I'm busy.
Bringing clarity to handicap. Learn more at Equibase.com/racelands. Ship and Win is back at Del Mar.
You're on your own.
Firm turf divisions all week long with enhanced bonuses for out-of-state horses. Start a horse that last round out-of-state and take advantage of the Ship and Win program. Earn starter bonuses: $5,000 for dirt, $4,000 for turf, plus a 50% bonus.
Hello, can you hear me?
And 40% for every turf start. No win required to earn a bonus. Turf stalls base. Contact David Turpin. David at dmtc.com.
America, hear me when I say this. Some of y'all out there living dangerously. Some of y'all are simply working too hard. Because some of y'all are out there driving with expired cars and no protection whatsoever. Don't get me with Stephen A. with cars like you. Or
I'm gonna move.
Stop it. It's not a question of if it'll break down. It's a question of when. Like when your AC goes out the sun. Or when your
Without the spotlight of the reality show, take things slower until you're ready to come in.
Hey, Tim. On a seminar. Nobody's talking to you. Oh. All right. We'll get a couple more people on here. Let me share this link also.
Vanessa, this man made you an afterthought on national TV. I mean, everywhere you went, there was a pity party. We noticed that. Are you really thinking about getting back together with him? I mean, how can he be trusted?
I married my high school sweetheart just like you did. Good years, bad years, mostly bad. It was a and didn't have the benefit of an extra money. Buried $450,000 in the sale of a house that I paid for, just so I would have to get alimony for the rest of my life, and trying to resurrect a business that I had knowingly damaged by competing for a love I didn't get. You didn't really say how smart and capable I am, but my track record was embarrassing, and I'm tired of being wrong.
Okay, we got 22 people in. And you guys could see the form, right?
But had we forgotten that he rejected every single one of us?
Okay, cool. Hey, there's Jeffrey. What's up, man?
He didn't. No.
All right. Okay. Let's see. What race should we? We don't want to be too long on this. Get people bored. Let's start with the 7th race on Friday, real quick. Let's see. Everybody and their mom be keying She's So Spicy, I imagine. Obvious contender, won the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. There is some speed in here. So I would not be shocked if She's So Spicy didn't win. I'm going to comment soon. But I think the 5, Queen Maxima, we all know what happened to her last time. The veterinarians here made a mistake and made her school and made her jog another mile before the race, something she didn't like, and she could be forgiven for that poor performance. So I think we use for at least exotics, as is Time to Dazzle might be another one who's gonna do some damage in here. It's 1-2s before going the same distance. You got the Ortiz brothers, so you know what they do together. So, and I think the 4 also might be some pieces. Pratt's real smart. He's a tactician. So this race looks like, I think, 6, and then 5, and then maybe the 7 could hold on. What do you guys think in this race? Anybody have any major thoughts? Hey, what's up, Brad? Got 45 people in here. Good. Let's all talk. What do we got? Patente, I don't. Hey, Curtis, the man, the myth, the legend. All right, do we have any thoughts on this race or questions, or is it pretty straightforward? JJ Hernandez. I like that. He'll give you a good ride. Curtis likes Queen Maxima. I think you got to use Queen Maxima in here. She's a really nice filly. She's improved a lot. And I think she might get that perfect trip right off the pace. If anybody else wants to. Yeah, Creed's Gold underneath in the Super. So it's dollar minimum all races, David? Or is that Oaks and Derby? Because I know the trifectas are still 50 cents. But wow. Dollar Supers. God, you know what? I'm going to be on that. I'm totally going to be on that. I mean, remember 20, 30 years ago. Oh, yeah, you're right, Jeffrey. That's true. People putting their 10-cent supers. I get stuck behind them all the time in the dungeon at Santa Anita. Okay, Ed Medina likes Queen Maxima. But you can't leave Spicy out. Spicy break, she gets the lead. It's probably all said and done. But if anything amiss happens or she gets messed up, then I think Queen Maxima would be the beneficiary of that. All right, I'm going to move on to the next race because I know we want to get going on this. Hey, now there's only 32 people, 20 people left. I guess they saw my face and left, but it's all right. Let's see. Let's see. 8th race, real quick. Let's go through this race quick. I kind of think On Time is going to be overbet in this race. I don't know about you guys, but she's a very vulnerable favorite. I know she's really good. She's never ran a bad race, outside post and all. But, her, the numbers I look at kind of tell me that she's not as fast. I mean, if nobody improves, nobody steps up, she's probably the winner. But you got a horse like Goodall who ran really good last time and looks like it's a star, bred by Yupon, which I really like. River Wind ran second all, and there's really not much in this race. I do think 8 and 9 is the race. I mean, maybe the 3, but I mean, that's if 7 furlongs improves the horse, which I don't really see that. I mean, maybe you got to look at the 2 also, French Friction, Mark Cassie. I just don't like that Torres is on this horse, but I mean, I guess he's a good jockey and all, but I prefer Irad Saez in a race like this. So I like Goodall a lot. I mean, you got to use On Time Girl, I guess. Love My Neighbor. If anybody's got any thoughts on that horse, let's go to what do you call it? The comments and see what's going on. What do we like here? Jane Goodall. Oh yeah, Goodall. Yeah, I think the 9 is going to be over bet too. Love Your Neighbor. Curtis likes Love Your Neighbor. Sippin' Pretty's in great shape. Sippin' Pretty has to answer the Lasix test. I wasn't really looking at Sippin' Pretty that much. The numbers didn't really impress me. Didn't really like anything that she beat, but you know what? If you guys are, I could be talked into this horse. Irad got off this horse to ride someone else. I don't like that either. But Wilkes and Hernandez have connected for a bit. I don't know. This horse just seems a step behind. I mean, I really think Goodall, Love My Neighbor, maybe even the 9 and the 2 are a little bit better than that horse. But I'm wrong a lot. We all are. So let's see if there's any other tons of pace. Brad likes the 9. And I kind of believe cut below 2. Yeah, she was favorite last time. She beat Solemn Vow by 5 lengths. This is Solemn Vow. Lengths. Who broke its maiden. And allowance. Well, see, I mean, yeah, the 5 beat the 6 beat the 5 by a considerable amount, but I don't know how good the 5 is. But I respect Ed Mendina, and I guess I'll have to upgrade the 6 a little bit. But I got my mind on this race. I think Asmussen's got a good one here. I watched the replay, and you got to be visual sometimes, and I just think this horse looked, really, really good. I mean, he went a 44-4 to a 56-3. That's a pretty good time. Won 11-4 and still blew it away, and without Lasix too. And it beat stakes horses. At Gulfstream. But I'm telling you, those numbers on the 9, at least the numbers that I look at, overwhelming. So, Irad always gets over bet. So we have a guy in the group that thought Irad moved up in Arabian 9 lengths just because he was on it, which was one of the weirdest posts I've ever read on the group, but be thankful that those are the people we bet against. Let's see. You're a Brisnet capper. Okay, yeah. I look at Brisnet too. I look at all of them. And yeah, Love Your Neighbor might get the trip. I think Pratt's going to be smart with Goodall. I think he's going to get the trip too. All right. Looks like we did enough talk on that race. Real quick, let's go through the 9th. I have a race. I want to bet against Baeza, but if I bet against Baeza or leave off a ticket, going to want to shoot myself because if he wins, because I've always liked this horse. I know this horse very well. Sheriff's Barn. Tappan Street beat Sovereignty. And before the other day, that was the only other horse that ever beat Sovereignty, I think. So, I mean, we got to consider Tappan Street, although it's off a decent layoff of what, 4 months. So I don't know. I mean, I guess nowadays that doesn't matter as much. Honstocking, obvious contender, right? We all agree with that. It's a great trainer. Horse wins at different tracks. Won at Santa Anita, Gulfstream, Oaklawn, Bay. You know, being on the road, don't mess up this. It's just a good, nice 7-year-old horse. Corporate Power ran real big last time. I don't know how its form translates into that. And then we got Disruptor. Disruptor running in this race or the other race? Because I know he's entered in 2. I need to know more about that. And then you got Grande in the horse. She's got good numbers. Seems like Grande is getting good at the right time. Johnny V on. So let's look at the comments and see who everybody likes. Curtis Tappan Street. Disruptor scratched Friday. Okay. So just let's not even talk about Disruptor. Against Baeza. I want to bet against Baeza. I mean, there's no value on a horse that hasn't ran in, 6-7 months. And, is going to have to make up a ton of ground. I don't know if they're going to try to keep this horse closer, but yeah, this is a tough race, Jose. I'm with you. This is a tough one. Of the 3, 4, 9. I mean, the 3, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I even think East Avenue could pick up the pieces or be maybe their third when he runs his best race. He's a grade 1 winner. Almost won the Bluegrass last year. This is a decent horse. I mean, I don't know who's going to win, but this horse, is 2 for 3 at the distance. And, and then what's new? I know some people that like this horse. I got a buddy who thinks this is a good horse. And he ran against, but I mean, Skippy Lawnstocking's the class. I mean, this horse is, beating really good horses. A little bit in and out, but he's been really in lately. So, oh yeah, I'm sorry to mention the 9. So, I mean, maybe we put Baeza in because of defensively, but I mean, what do we do, guys? Are we going to, and gals, 2, 3, 4, 7? Are we going to go 4 deep in here? I mean, what are we all planning to do? Let's look at the comments. Where's the comments? Well, here we are. Yeah. Geraldo, very good handicapper, says he likes new what's new. You know what, real quick, I'm going to look at the, that's a good point about the pace in this race. Out, I kind of want to look at the pace again and see if we're missing out on anything here. That's a good thought. I like that thought. Let's see. Let's all talk about who's going to be on the lead, who's going to be laying second and third, and all that. Because I'm a big pace handicapper. At least I am, and I think that's a thing to look at in any kind of race you're looking at. But you know what? In a race like this, now that we have the scratch and so forth, I think we got to look closer. So let me look. All right, so looks like 5, 6, 3. are going to be on the lead. I think 6 and 5. And then the 3 will probably be laying 3rd or 4th. Tappan Street probably be laying 5th. Baeza and Skippy will probably be 6th, 7th behind that. Corporate Power will be in the back with Baeza and Skippy. So I don't know about that. Let's see. What do you guys say? East Avenue should be on the lead. I think 5 and 6 are going to both be on the lead. I think 5 and 6 are. Hey, what's up, Anthony? You know what? It kind of might set up for Baeza or Skippy or Tappan. It just depends how far these jockeys have. One thing I like about Baeza is the jockey upgrade. I personally think Junior Alvarado is a better jockey than Barrios because, especially on the dirt, he's a lot stronger. Barrios is all finesse, where Junior's strong. So, you know what? After seeing Ed's point, reading some of these, Brad thinks it's going to be on the lead. The 3, Johnny V, the way Johnny V is, he'll be, if they're going slow, he'll take advantage. He'll be like, you know what? If they're going too slow, he'll take over the lead and, take advantage of the slow pace. So I think Johnny V and Pratt are going to come up with a good idea. Come up with a good game plan. So, I'm going to just probably go 2, 3, 4, 7 and move on. I think we talked about this race enough. 3, 5, and 6 will be on the lead. Sets up for Baeza and Skippy. Yeah, I agree with that. You know what? I'm upgrading Baeza as we're talking. I think Baeza's got a shot. All right, we've talked about this race enough. We got some good input. Let's see, race 10. Do we just key the 6? I got to. You know what, guys? Oh no, I got races mixed up. I thought this was another race where I love a big favorite. I've been looking at Saturday, Friday, all week, so forgive me if I get things confused. But are we just keying the 6? Even like people I know that don't like betting favorites, there's key the 6 and move on. Are we all doing that? I'm looking at the. Hey, what's up, Bill? Bill Roebuck, what's up, man? Corporate Power. Corporate Power is not going to go out there, Bill Roebuck. Corporate Power will be in the back. So Curtis Rosales likes the 6-2. Does anybody in the comment section want to go against the 6 here? Let me know if you do. I'll be keying the source. The source looks like a freak. Jose says the 5. Ed likes 5-3. Thank you, Ed. Always appreciate your input. Anybody else have any thoughts? Tim, Brad, Bill, Anthony. Let's get some more. Let's get some more thoughts. We're talking about the 5 here. Let's look at this 5 more. Do I need to be talked into this 5? Oh yeah. Chad Brown's got 2 of them in here. He might win with the longer shot. Pratt decided to ride this one. Oh, I know this, Kathy Marissa. I remember when this horse ran second to She's So Pretty in the American Oaks last year. I remember that race. I also remember when she lost as 2-5 favorite. God, she seems a little step behind these guys. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe she's improved, but I mean, the 6 won the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf as a 3-year-old. You know, and now she's a 4-year-old. And look at those grade 1s in France. I don't know. I'm all for going against favorites. Now let's look at Curtis's too. Curtis, like consistent horse. I mean, these horses just look like a step below the 6. Let's see, 632, 5 looks good. Look at the comments on the 3. Lots of excuses. Let's look at the comments on the 3. Yeah, but still, I think this horse might be a step behind the others. I respect the decision. I don't know. I mean, Pratt rode all these horses, and now he's on the 6. And we're all depressed, most except you in here that are going for other horses. All right, I say we move on, guys. Let's go race 11. Now this is a very interesting race here. I've already said my piece. I like the 5, Shred the Gnar. I think if you take that last race out, the source is 2 for 2 at Church. Luis Saez, Brian Lynch, they connect for 47%. I remember being visually impressed with both Churchill wins and the Gulp shit win. And, you know, sometimes you just got to go with your eyes. I think, you know, our eyes are a big thing. And let me just say, I think the 5 is a really nice horse. And I think there's a lot of things to like about her. The number 9, Fully Subscribed, is going to be a horse that I imagine, correct? New York horse. Do we downgrade this horse by being an Aqueduct? Or do we not look at that? Comment soon. I think the 2-horse Scalable is interesting. Pletcher. This horse has decent numbers. And I guess we got to look at the 1 also. You guys for some thoughts on this race. I'll be headed there now. Let's see. The 7 chess has me adding 2 exotics. Max wants to look at the 1. All right. Oh, you were talking about the race before. All right, we'll look at the 1 real quick, just for Max. Ramsey Pawn. Absolutely no thanks. I took 5 seconds on that horse. Horse will be lucky to run 5th. Although Luis Saez could wake up a horse, but no. All right, let's go back to the 11th. The 2 is my pick. She was wide. Jose, yeah. She's got good numbers to support your wide. Oh, that's another good point, though. Yeah. Very good point, Jose. I like Jose's contribution so far. Curtis says don't. And what else? Some lady power in here. We need some lady power. All right. Let's. Chaston. Ran big in the Virginia race last time. Ran second to the 5 by 7 lengths. 5 races back. I mean, this horse needs to improve, and he might. Brad Cox, second off the mild layoff, has a right to move forward from that race. I think the 5's the horse to beat here, and other 2. So the 1 ran here last time at Santa Anita, and ran second to Splendora, who's a monster. 7 lengths in front of who's a really nice Calbred here. Proving. But I think the one's a step behind, but maybe I could be wrong. You know, they're going a mile into 16. That's a distance he's ran 6 times. So he was favorite last time, beat the 10. I guess we got to look at the 10 a little bit more. Nobody's talking about the 9. Any thoughts on the 9? Let's just get some thoughts on the 9 for everybody before we move forward. Or the 10. Rosario's on the 10. God help me with that. Oh, we got a lot of people watching right now. Let's see. Kurt from Florida. Brad likes the 9. Geraldo likes Justify. Or Brad likes the 9. Kurt thinks the 9 needs a race. Yeah, the layoff is a lot. Seems like it used to be a lot worse before. Now horses are winning off layoffs all the time. Tim says Breeder Cup horses only win 10%. Oh, was that about the 6? Sorry. Yeah. Let's see. Ed likes 5. Ed Abel, who's got the best looking horse room I've ever seen. God, he made me feel terrible about my life. Ed Abel really made me hate my life when I saw the setup he has in his man cave or whatever you want to call it. Ed Abel. If I had that man cave, I'd be very happy. I go to other places for my man cave, like Panera Bread and so forth. Brad thinks the 1 could pick up some pieces. 9152. So, okay. Sounds like a lot of people are going against the 9. I mean, the 5. Oh, yeah. I've been to St. Louis, but only in the airport, Ed. But you know what? I'm planning on doing some driving, so I might hit you up and meet a lot of people during that drive. Hit up a bunch of tracks in one swoop. So it looks like we got some smart, sharp people on the 9. Okay, before we go to the next race, I want to. What don't we like about the 5? Because I like the 5 a lot. We're getting a little bit of, Adam. Not saying you guys don't like the 5, but aren't liking the 5 as much as I am, and I want to know why. If we could get some thoughts on that. Abul. What's pronounced Abul? I don't know what I'm doing. Now we're talking sandwiches. Okay. Can we mention like the 5 that much? Is there a negative that I'm missing on this horse? Ed likes the 5. I mean, last race was followed. I understand questions, but he was bumped early, steadied, had a terrible trip with Mario. Saez is back on. I'm willing to completely. Before that, she never did a thing wrong. One bad race or look at the 4 good races. I kind of look at the 4 good races. That's how I look at this. I love throwing a horse's last race out. Excited when I see a horse have a bad last race after multiple good races. Also, was I mean, I think you could just throw that race out. I think the 5 is going to be a major win and place bet for me. And I appreciate everybody's thoughts, man. We got some good thoughts. You guys are opening my eyes to a lot of stuff. I love it. All right. Race 12. Quick. Oh, I hate this race. Oh, God, I hate this race. I don't really have an opinion I like in here. I'm going to leave that alone because I want you guys to mention who you like this race. If you guys have a thought, saw something on a replay, let me know. I'll look at the comments right now. I kind of want you guys to. This is the race where I could go 7 deep and I wouldn't be confident. Yeah, I agree, Curtis. Oh, Tim, good. I see Jose, Tim, Anthony on horses that I like. That makes me feel good. I like sharing thoughts, because we might miss something. Nonetheless, what do we got here, guys? In race 12, what are we thinking? 9, 13, 3, 4. Jose admits tough race. It's a friggin' impossible race. It's impossible. Fallout Shaw. Who's Fallout Shaw? I'm liking your contribution so far. Ed likes the 9 as well. All right. We got 2 people liking the 9, so I mean we gotta look at that a little closer. That's wait, did I skip the race? Yeah, I skipped the race. See, that's where I'm at right now. All right, Dan stuff don't need to tell me. Safi twice. Jose gets on. Love Jose. God, one negative I could, not really a negative. I just feel, I've been capping since I was a little boy, and I just feel like this one angle never works out. I wonder if anybody else has this thought. When a horse jockeys on it, I know it's ran in different jurisdictions and so forth, but I don't know. I never see these horses win. I never see it when they get 4 races, at least 4 races, and every race it's a different jockey. I don't know. It's probably not anything worth. Maybe they win and I don't notice it, but 13 I think is a bad morning line. 15-1 I think was impressive on the replay that I watched, and I think this horse will be less than 15-1. And I know Fallout Shaw. John D. Oh, no wonder. I should have known it was you, man. People that are sharp, I should have known it was one of the guys. Lion Lake, Geraldo, Lion Lake, Jose likes 13. Yeah, the 13 is not going to get 15-1 on this horse. If we do, I'm going to be hitting up the ATM at Santa Anita and betting appropriately. I think this is the post is a little concerning, right? I guess, but I'm liking that we're all thinking of this horse. Let's look at Geraldo, number 8. Johnny V, Brandon Walsh. Workout. Never, other than the debut, let's just throw that race out. Kentucky Downs. I throw those races out. Never ran a bad race. When I see a filly that's ran 6 times and has never ran bad, that tells me that she's a sound horse who tries hard. I think that's an underrated angle in horse racing when you see horses that never run a bad race. Look at the 7. It's ran 2 bad races, 3 bad races, and similar amount of races, The 6 has never ran a bad race either, although it just needed and won a stakes race at Gulp Shit. In here, grade 2, grade 1. Another horse never ran a bad race, Brendan Walsh. He's got a lot. He's stacked in here with major contenders. Him and Tyler, man, they really hook up. You guys know that. Anybody who follows horse racing more than a week or two knows that when Tyler and Brandon hook up, Rosario's on the 1. God, poor guy's got the rail. Will he be blocked? Will he go 27? Who knows? Let's go to the comments. 1-1 a grade 2. Yeah, the 1-1 a grade 2. That's true. I'm not even saying the 1's got no chance. Gabe is never knocking a horse one. It's last 2 years. Yes. Lion Lake. Okay, good. Donnie mentioned the breeding. Thank you. Christine with the best voice in horse racing, 313.9. All right. I'm seeing some love for this 8. I'm seeing some love for the 1 also. Looks like we're all over the place. 358, 389, 13. I think we all agree this is a tough race. The 3, the 1. I mean, shocked if the 1 won, the 3 won. I mean, look at this 4 horse from Turfway. What if it woke up from, you got Pratt on the 5. Pratt's always, he ran against all these horses last time. Need more. It says need more going a mile. And what is he getting? He's getting a 16th more. So you got the 5 bred by Justify. This race is just. I remember when this horse won at Del Mar last year in the Jimmy Duarte. I was there that day, and I was very impressed with this horse in the paddock. You know what? Now that I'm looking at this race more, I think this race is even tougher than I originally thought. I mean, 13, 5. God, Irad's on the 11. 8, 5, 3, 1. Maybe I leave out the 1 and pray that his old self. 3, 5, 8, 9, 13, maybe. All button. I won't bet Rosario improved. 1 more step up. Lion Lake. All right, seems like we're all over the place. So now we go to the big one, the Kentucky Oaks. The Kentucky Oaks. Seems like there's a major wise guy horse in this race. I'm going to go right to the wise guy horse. And that's number 10, Prom Queen. I'll say this right now because it's already acknowledged. If you're a Ragasons player, Prom Queen is your horse. This horse ran an 8 last time. And that's better than anything in this race has ran. This horse has really improved each race and looks like a future star. And Prom Queen is a horse that a lot of people like, bred by Quality Road. So this horse is a horse you cannot leave off with any confidence. I know a lot of people that like the 9. Now, a gun runner for $1 million, don't need to talk me into that. One at Tampa Bay. That's what Chad Brown does. He takes horses to Tampa Bay, 10, and then, gives them confidence. I guess that's his thought. Then this horse ran in the Gazelle and did nothing wrong in there. Won. Went 7 wide. I know some people that like this 9. I'm going to be looking at the comments soon. But we got I'm a big fan of Explorer, but I don't know if she's good enough to win this race. I do think she'll be on the lead with the rail. She has the rail, so I think she's on the lead. I think Zany's going to be overbet. If Zany's 5-2 or lower, she'll be overbet. Another horse that's a wise guy horse is the 11. I think the 10 and the 11, let's put them all on the same screen. Well, can't really do that. But the 11 is a horse. We know Bella Ballerina scratched, if anybody didn't know that. Percy's Bar is another horse that's getting a lot of attention, and rightfully so. Twice grade 1. This horse has ran nothing but grade 1s, so the competition is legit. So, these other horses, grade 3s and stakes and all that. So I'm going to go to the comments. What do we got here? Zany is a toss. Never had Price to run in, never beat nobody. I agree. I think Zany is going to be definitely overbet. 9 improves. That's always possible. Jose's singling Percy's bar. Dylan Davis to Jose, yeah. 9 always a runner. Did somebody say my hair looked great? That's hilarious. I don't even look at me right now. I'm not. I didn't even think we'd have this little box. But let's see. Tim likes the 11. So we got some. Drew likes the 11. Lewis likes the 11. Oh wow, man! And then Curtis likes Uncle Bobby with the 1. You know, I think Battle of Rouge. Let me just say, I think Battle of Rouge is an underrated horse. I mean, I think she beat Explorer before, and was there was no excuses for Explorer. Battle of Rouge was just won that race. I know she didn't do good in the race after that, but I mean, I'm gonna forgive her for that. And then she, won in Sunland, won in Virginia. I don't know. I've always thought she had some class to her. I wouldn't be shocked if the 8. I don't know if the 8 can win. I wouldn't be shocked if the 8 won. Let me say, but I mean, you're 15-1 compared to 6-1, and I kind of think Battle of Rouge might be a better horse than Explorer. Am I nuts for thinking that? Oh, Battle of Rouge is scratched. Oh, I'm sorry for wasting everybody's time. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I doing? You're so right. I totally forgot. She's been scratched for 3 days. Thank you. See why you guys are. I've had a long few days. Just look at my Facebook timeline if you don't believe me. It's just nonstop. So forgive me for being crazy. Thank you. So let's forget about that. Should we look at Percy Barr a little bit more? Because everybody likes that horse. And that's the wise guy horse, too, the 10 and the 11. I mean, looking at the 11, I mean, obvious contender, right? I mean, I don't even think we need to look at the 11 much more. I mean, just obvious contender. The 10 is the Ragusan horse. The 9 is a improve, good jockey upgrade. And, who knows? Takes to Churchill, obvious contender. Meaning, let me tell you that I did not like the field in that Santa Anita Oaks. To be honest, I didn't like the field in Santa Anita Oaks or the Santa Anita Derby. My personal opinion, I mean, this is a gun runner. I respect this horse, but I think this horse is I mean, this horse lost to Percy's Bar by a head, at Del Mar. And, lost to Explorer and all that. But I don't know. I just don't think Meaning's in the same league as these horses. I could be wrong. But and Zany, I think, is going to get over bet. Explorer will probably get over bit. I'll be going probably 9, 10, 11. And if anybody's got any other thoughts, 1 or 5, which one could go long? I mean, Gun Runner. I mean, nothing showed me Meaning. I don't, go far, but I don't know. It's never been one of my. No, I'm just going by visually. Maybe the Meaning is great, but the numbers wise and what I've seen, I kind of think tiny step behind. Meaning could definitely hit the board, but I just think somebody's going to and beat her. And then we got Explorer bred by Blame. So obviously this horse could run all day too, probably. Explorer is a really nice horse, but yeah, you got to admit they haven't those Oaklawn races and those Santa Anita races. I don't, know much about that Breeders' Cup race last year. It was funky. Super Corridor won, and she hasn't done anything since. She was 99-1 or whatever. So, there's just I don't put horses improve. So I think you guys got a lot of good points in here. I kind of want to see, but I'm going to be betting Prom Queen because of the Ragusan numbers. Appreciate all the thoughts in this race. We'll look at the comments. I'm not sure if JJ picked Meaning over Explorer. I think he's just more. And let me tell you, I'll be honest. One thing I know, JJ has picked the wrong horses many times. Oh, here, Tracy. Oh, I like Tracy. Tracy wants to know about the pace. Well, all I know is looking at this race, the 1 is going to the lead. I guess we could look at the pace scenario. We should have done that earlier. I think the 1 is going to be on the lead, 6, 7. 5 will be in the back. I think a lot of the main contenders are going to be coming from the back, which I'm hoping there's a decent pace to set it up. Because if not, then which front runner do you want to bet? I don't know. I think the pace in this race is hard to predict. I mean, you just got to imagine Explorer from the rail is going to send, right? And you got 9, 10, and 11 with the outside post. And they're all from the back, probably. So they're all going to, try to position themselves. What do you guys think? Who will go with Explorer? These horses are going to go with Explorer. The 6 and the 7. Look, the 6, 109 time form. The 7, 114 time form. And I don't like either of these horses. The 7 got beat last time. Look at the 7, 30-1 in the morning line. Nobody's talking about this horse, and it's a pretty nice horse. So that tells you this race is deep with some good horses. But just, the numbers didn't look too good to me. You also got to look at one thing good about Meaning is, she's proven to pass horses. I want to look for horses, explorers, past horses. Zany is, when I see horses like the 6 and 7, I don't see them passing horses that much. They get the lead, and if they don't, they don't win. The 9 passed horses, 10 passed horses, 11 passed horses, 12. So I guess the 14 some speed too. I think the 14 is got Hansen here. So all right. Let's read some more comments. 6 a scratch too? Oh God. Where do these scratches come from? Well, Explorer to the lead and maybe not too much not too many people chasing her. I might, with all these scratches, I guess the 5 would probably be behind the horse, and Zany.
Hey, this is amazing.
I don't know. You know what? We're kind of going long on this, so let me let's get to the next day. The second here.
I just didn't think I'd be
Let's
you know what?
close this and hold on, guys. I want to hide this.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, don't look at what's on the screen right now. What are they doing here?
Listen, do what you can tonight. I'm back tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, I know how to do it now. This one. Okay. Sorry if this has been long-winded, but you know we're doing some detailed handicapping here. All right, I'm gonna start sharing the this. Here we go. All right, guys. First rate. You know what? I don't want to go too deep into this. You know, there's 13 races, a little shorter. Oh wait, in the first 11. I saw something I didn't want to see here. Sorry, guys. I mean, I was thinking 311 might be the race. Look at the 11. Right again, all the horses in the Derby right there with them. 13 and a half lengths in front. Oh, man. Okay, good. Okay, I see something. All right, guys. Sorry, I thought there was something it missed happening here. I'll look at the comments real quick, but let's try to keep it quick. No, we're on the okay. 8 ran super. Bourbon Dream. So is Bourbon Dream running in this race? Anybody know? On. All right. Second race. Plastics, obviously a horse to consider. You never know about the 6. I think we're going to go through these first races and then get to the meat of the race. Let's see here. I thought this third race was very tough. I didn't have a strong opinion. Fourth race. Okay, here we go. Grade 1, $1 million race. Oh, this is the race. All right. Now, these are the two contenders, major contenders, Ways and Mean and Splendora. What are we thinking here, everyone? Are we going to go with maybe Hall and Ice? Saf, Usha? Is Hall and Ice even running? Let's talk. Let's talk about this race. Usha's a nice horse. I had her last year. I had her in that race last time. Major bet for me. Give me some good money. Let's see. Or do I see some comments on this? I don't know about that jockey change. It's interesting. Splendora really. I remember when she won that Breeders' Cup. I had her that day, but you know the rail seemed like it was good. A lot of people didn't fire. I mean, I like Splendora, but I know the Ragusan people are a little hesitant on her. I wouldn't key Splendora. And then the 4's off a very long layoff. Does the layoff bother anybody? I mean, let's just say Splendora is not that great of a horse, and Ways and Means is off a layoff. See, 145. I mean, let me tell you, Usha was figured out in that race at Del Mar. She beat Margarita Girl and all that, and she's a different horse. Then she won again by 6 lengths. And then she ran terrible in that Raven Run. And then she won again. The only thing that concerns me is like this track. I mean, she loves Santa Anita. She loved Del Mar. I don't know if she's going to love. She has the rail too. I don't know. if that's a good thing or a bad thing. She's versatile, so it could be a good thing. Running in here. Is Holland Ice good enough? What do you guys think? And then there was talk on the our disaster. I love an outside post sprinting, but is this horse good enough to win? Maybe we're forgetting about this horse. I don't know. I think this race is a little tougher than only 4 or 5. I think this race is tougher, and nothing reminds me other than the 3 winning this race. Let's go to the comments. Yeah, the 6, the only horse with a win at Churchill. And then, yeah, I'm with Johnny D. I think this race is going to be fun to watch. It's not a race I love betting. Curtis likes 5-4. And Johnny D likes 1-4-5. Yeah, the one, I'm a little worried about the one running outside California, too. Well, these are fillies. Looks like the consensus is it's a tougher race. I'm glad we all agree it's not just 4-5, because if you look at the morning line, 4-5 or the 2-1, 8-5. So a lot of people are thinking, oh well, let's just go 4-5 in here. So can't leave Usha out. Curtis says. Steven likes 5-4-1. I mean, I don't know if I could keep out the 6. This race has just got so many questions for me. All right. I think we talked about this race enough. Let's go to the 5th. Let's see. What was this race about? Oh, yeah. This race is, oh, yeah. I like this one, guys. I have some serious thoughts in this race. Look, there's decent amount of speed in this race. I think this race is going to be dominated by 3, 7, 8, and 9. That's my thought. Litigation is a horse I like a lot. And let me tell you why. Look at that upgrade. Goes from Mario Gutierrez to Irad Ortiz. I mean, that's at least 3 lengths. All these horses came out of that same last race, and I think that last race is a good race. Race is the key race anyway. And numbers for horses stand out. So if somebody likes something other than 3, 7, 8, let me know, because I'm going to be doing probably maybe a try 2 of these horses. Let's see. My boy Prince, 379, 3710-9. The 10. You guys like the 10 a little more. Maybe I should upgrade the 10 a little. I quit last time with no excuse. Time before that, he won on Turfway. Got by the 1 who's 30-1. I don't know. I think I want a horse that's a better finisher. I don't think this race is going to be won on the lead. I think this race is going to be won in the last 1/8 of a mile with who's pounding them late. Shot in here. I think the 8's coming up to this race good, real fit. 6 races, in the last 8 months. Yellow Card I've always liked. One thing I know about Yellow Card every time, and he was the best in that race last time. Yellow Card, I bet Yellow Card last time, and I think Yellow Card could have won. Let's see. Let's go to the comments real quick. Shakertown replay. Most of the field was in it. Yeah. 8 and 9. Prince. Raced all over the world. Steven Sanchez likes the 8's works. Curtis doesn't want to leave off McCarthy. Let's see. What do we think here, guys? 3789. Brad agrees. All right. We got some strong thoughts in here. Yeah, I agree that rider change of the 9 is major. Litigation is definite contender. All right. I mean, I think we talked about this race. Wait. Was there another question? 3-7. I wouldn't leave out the 9, Sanchez. All right. But I like 7 also. I think 8's got a big shot too. All right. Let's keep going. This is a race I don't like too much. I don't have a strong opinion in this race at all. So if you guys have a thought on here real quick, I say we get through this race and move on pretty quick. But if anybody's got a strong opinion, a single, or they could go 3 deep in here, let me know, because I sure didn't see it. I don't even. I think I hear Moonlight is the wise guy horse. Likes Churchill. He's going back to Churchill. So Pratt on the 6. A lot of people like that horse. Then the 2 also. So let's go to the comments. 6 tour player. Love the 10. 6 and 11. 4 scratch today to run here. Okay, you guys are. I love. I do like the 4. I think the 4's got good numbers as well. And Johnny V on big days. Let's. I mean, I guess while we're here, real quick, let's look at the pace in this race. We should be looking at pace in these races more. But yeah, I was thinking one thing about this race interesting to me is there might not be that much speed. So I think the 2 with Irad is going to go to the lead. And I think is going to try to have Colonial Downs race and chase each other. And if depending on how fast they go is set up for closers like the 4 and the 11. See, so that's how that race goes. So 2 and 6 do a jolly go round again, a merry go round, and run 1-2 because they're the only speed, or they could fall apart and somebody picks up the pieces. Yeah, I know a guy that loves that angle when speed horses take blinkers off. Yes, and every time they win, they wow, Kurt is signaling the 4. That's some big. And Bill says the 4 ran against tougher. All right. I respect that. I just hope the 4 gets the trip. I think that race might be trip dependent. All right. Let's go to the 7th. Let's see. Is Pinup Betty running in here? Or is she running in tomorrow's race? Somebody could answer that for me. Let's see. 264. That was about. Or is that this race, Tim? That's probably the last race. Now we're on race 7. 2, 3. I mean, I guess we start with 2, 3, right? The 2 morning line horses. What do you guys think about this horse? These horses. Oh wow, Jose loves Italian Story. Pinup Betty's running on this race. Okay, that changes my thoughts a little bit. Italian Story. The thing that, I mean, Graham Motion takes over this horse, and the horse runs a career best. What did he do that made him run like that at Laurel in an optional claimer? Sprint to route. I mean, if this horse takes to a mile, I love a rail horse going deep. I mean, I love a mile horse or rail horse going a mile. So I'm open to some thoughts in here. See, what do we got? Kurt says feels like an all race. Anthony likes the 7. Kurt likes 3, 2, 4. The 7. Oops. Oh, I just saw the 8th race. I have strong opinion in that race. Moving on up with Safi. Not be shocked if this horse won it all, right? I mean, I even think the 6 is kind of a long shot that wouldn't shock me. It's already won at Churchill. You know, maybe she's getting better, being more acclimated and so forth. You know, she's been here already since. So you never know. These horses kind of get good. Pinup Betty, she's running in here. She's got 4 wins, all at this track in Churchill. So she loves JJ Hernandez and Mike Maker. I'm going to be rooting for. I don't think you could pace wise. Let's think about the pace in here. The 5, the 1, the 7. It's another race that's kind of tough to figure out the pace, in my opinion. You never know what kind of moves these jockeys are going to do. I don't think, other than the 6 and the 9, I don't think there's going to be too much between these horses. I mean, the 9 looks like closer, and the 6 looks like a big. The other ones look like they're going to stay within. I mean, maybe the 4 might close. No. But the other ones look like they're going to stay pretty close to the pace. The 1's a sprinter. So, you know, the 1 will be close. So, Ralph likes the 4. JJ might win here. Steven says 3, 3, 2, 6. 8, 4, 3. Pinup Betty. Mod on the 4. And the 3. So the favorite on the morning line, Sweet Rebecca, nobody's really mentioning her. She's got good numbers, let me tell you guys. She's got numbers that could win this. Brendan Walsh and Gaffleone connect, and she's a good horse. I mean, the value might not be there, but she loves running a mile. And this is another race where I'll tell you one thing. If I get 5-1 or 9-2 on Betty, although with the call it's hard to tell, I'll definitely be putting something on Pinup Betty. Let's see. What do we got in the comments? 469. All right. I guess we talked enough about this, right? I wouldn't leave out the 8 if I were you guys, but let's. The big race, the Pat Day Mile. You know what? I'm going to go through this race quick for time purposes. Pretty much everybody I know thinks. If any of you know me well, the 6 Horse is a horse that I've known about for months. In my opinion, this is the best horse in all of Baffert's barn. I think this horse should be running in the Kentucky Derby. Easy as that sounds. I went to Vegas and made them put this horse on the futures bet, but I know Baffert has a little bit concerned about this horse's distance limitations, so that's why he didn't go real hard on putting this horse into longer distances. But I know Crude Velocity is a freak of nature, an absolute monster, and you'll never see me bet against this horse because I know this horse is a monster. Everybody I know is thinking about 6-1. And I want to mention a couple of horses in here to mention in your superfectas. This Secure Freedom is a horse I know very well. This is another horse I know very well. This is a big, huge, practical joke boy. He weighs a lot. He is a specimen. And I think his last race against Patente and Robusta and So Happy, that San Felipe, I think, I don't know, I'm going to kind of forgive that horse for that performance. And I think this horse I don't think this horse is going to win, but I think this is a horse you got to use in your trifectas and supers. Do not leave this horse out. I think this horse is a good plotting, come from behind, pick up the pieces horse. And I think this horse is better than he ran last time. That's just my opinion. I think this horse takes a while to get going because of his huge frame. And I would not be shocked if this horse ran second to the Freak of Nature. But I do think this horse, and also the 5, Stop the Car. This is another horse, I think, the pieces in superfectas and trifectas. But everybody I know like 6-1. Some people like the 2. Let's go to the comments. Flying Late, Brad. I was talking about that horse before I saw. Anthony knows I've been talking about Crude Velocity for months. Fallout John says the 11, so now I got to look at the 11. And then Ralph wants to know about the 8. So let's talk a little bit about the 8. I remember the numbers weren't that great on this 8. Not that they were terrible, but I know people have been loving that workout. I don't know. I don't know if this horse is good enough to beat the 6 and the 1, but I'm not going against the 6. I just know this horse. And then we got the 11 with JJ. Is the 11 in this race? I guess he is if you're talking about it. Big, huge. One thing I don't really like about the 11, let me just mention, this is an angle I look at sometimes. I mean, never mind me, but when I see a horse was huge favorite in both races, that tells me there wasn't much in the field. So this horse was claimed for 35,000. So that was very interesting. They claimed this horse for 35,000, and then it goes to Mike Maker. All right, there's no comments on this race, so I say we move on. I think we key Crude Velocity with Abandon, and if not, if somehow he doesn't run or Englishman might be the other freak. Sure, we're gonna move on to the 9th. Sorry if this is dragging, but we got a lot of races, and we got a big one that we got to talk about for a while. I want to apologize for that. I think this race is very tough. This is another tough race. There are a couple of horses I'm considering. I think the morning line on Remember Mamba is very bad, 9-2. I think this is going to be one of the favorites. I'll check the comments to see if anybody agrees. The 8 horse, Baffert on the turf. I don't know. West Coast horses on the turf. I love my West Coast racing. I think West Coast dirt horses are very. I think, and that's proven. We go to all over the country and win races. Dominated Oaklawn. So when you see West Coast dirt horses, don't ever dismiss them. I agree. West Coast turf horses, you kind of got to have a little bit of a downgrade too. I remember the sevens got some decent numbers in here, but if you look, these horses take turns beating each other. I mean, just look at all these. Look at the in the race 7, all the horses bolded. They all take the best trip is going to win this race. You got 14 horses. Have a strong opinion in this race. I'm going to look to the comments for some more thoughts. Christine likes the 12. Brad likes 4 and 12. Also says it's tough. Fade back. Agree. Baffort. Sanchez says Baffort, not Baffert. Baffort. He makes him sound like he's an English or an Irishman or a Frenchman. Baffort. Curtis agrees it's a tough race. 9 hasn't missed the money on the turf. Who's the 9 in here again? Honey Dutch. Yeah. I mean, I don't think. I mean, if anybody, you guys tell me in this race, other than the 12 having a bad morning line, I got nothing to race. I could go 7, 8, 9 deep. Oh, I'll go 9 deep and leave out the winner all day and night, guys. You know how I roll. But I got nothing to say about this race. If you guys got any thoughts, the 1. Too many proven, not proven. I know. 12-7. Ed Medina, I respect opinion, and I do think 12 and 7 kind of stand out, and they're very good. They're good on the numbers I look at. So I agree, but I do think this race is going to be a random race where the trip is going to be the reason why somebody wins this race. And I opened up the wrong window on my computer. Curtis likes 8-4-7. All right, we'll look at the 8 real quick. I don't like. I'm going against Baffert on the turf. I mean, I love it if he wins. JJ wins, but I don't even know how I'm betting this race. I'm not even going to be betting this race. Really, I mean, other than what is this? Late pick 4, or there's pick 4s and pick. I don't know. This race, I vibe. All right, race 10. Oh yeah, Disruptor's running in here, right, everyone? I do think this is a. Let's get some thoughts on this race. I'll give mine real quick. I do think the race is between 6, 7, and 2. I think Cornucopian's a really nice horse. 6, 7, 2, and 5. I mean, let me just say, Disruptor was supposed to be Pletcher's Derby horse last year. And then something went amiss. I was hearing about Disruptor before Disruptor ever ran. So I'm always going to consider Disruptor's potential. Obvious, this horse runs 112 buyers. It's not really beaten much, been 1-5. You know, this is definitely the hardest field he's faced in a while. You got to imagine Dubai. And you got Cornucopian, who's a really nice horse. Don't leave Cornucopian off. I know you're going to say Cornucopian hasn't beaten anybody. This is a nice horse. Trust me. Trust my West Coast opinions on Baffert horses. The 2. Let's go to the comments. Let's see if we have any strong opinions. Let's see. Curtis likes the 6. Anthony says don't leave out Irad. Point Doom beat Bookham. Lock it in. Who's Point Doom? Oh, the 11. Point Doom. I mean, all right, let's look at the pace in this race. Pace in this race. Let's think of the pace, all right? All right, so the 3 is going to go to the lead. The 11 and 2 are going to be up there, right? So let's watch. The 3 will be on the lead. This 3. When the 3 quits, maybe the 11 inherits the lead. Or maybe the 11 gets the lead and battles it. Who knows? 3 for 3 at the distance. I wasn't really looking at Point Doom, but if we wouldn't be shocked if Point Doom won. I know some people that like the 10 also. Banishing. They think this horse is a nice horse. I don't know. I got to go with my numbers in here. And 2, 7 are the 3 horses I think are the fastest horses that have ran against the best competition. The 11, I don't know if the 11s ran against much. Let's see. Crazy Mason. Gerardo's singling Knightsbridge. Gabe with the Santa Anita bias. No, I do not have Santa Anita bias at all. I just said you're probably joking, I guess. But I really don't have Santa Anita bias. Because I know some horses are better than others out here. I hate horses like the 8. No idea if he belongs. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. I do, too. I call these the X Factor horses. I can't stand horses like this. I hate them. There was one that won. Oh, God, was it? It was like Sunday at Santa Anita, just like this. It was the last race at Santa Anita. The 9 horse. Very similar situation. God, the more this is a little tougher than I originally thought. I was kind of going by the numbers I look at, but sometimes when a race looks kind of tough like this, sometimes you just go with the obvious horse. Maybe Geraldo's, and it's just the 6. Any comments? Sees the gray and the Preakness. Imagination will finish last. I mean, if Imagination finishes last, it's because of the Dubai and maybe not feeling good. Imagination's decent horse with numbers that are comparable. Sees the gray and the Preakness. Somebody, what's Sees the Gray? Why are we mentioning Sees the Gray? Is there a horse that ran against Sees the Gray in here? Imagination. It was that day. Well, I don't know what the point is. Yeah, Sees the Gray was a Lucas horse. 7 lost to Sees the Gray. Yeah, that was on the mud. I totally don't fault that horse. First time the horse ever ran on the mud. I mean, are we supposed to ignore the Breeders' Cup Sprint and the race prior to that? the Malibu. I mean, if you want, you guys could do that, but I mean, Pratt got on this horse for a reason. 7's definitely not going to run dead last unless he bounces from the Dubai race. That $2 million Dubai race that he won. All right. Now we got the Turf Classic. We're getting very close to the big one. Let's see, what do we got here? Rhetorical's an obvious contender. Definitely. I know someone sharp that says they don't like program training because the horse swings. Somebody I know really hates that horse. If you guys have some thoughts. Gold Phoenix, I don't like at all. I don't like the distance of 1.125 miles. Test Score is a horse some people like. And then I personally think the 10 is an interesting horse. That 113 form, ran some good races overseas. And they're bringing him over here for a reason. So I think the 10's an interesting horse. What do you guys think? Is it Rhetorical? Is it Test Score? Is it let's see, what program training or Ashbury Park? What are we thinking? Let's see. Test Score is my best bet on the card. All right. Let's look at Test Score. Test Score off a mild layoff. Has done well off layoffs before. Has done a race in its career. I mean, you can't leave off this horse. And I love stalkers who could close. And this post might actually work out for this horse too. The 9 as well. Ran against 4-year-olds for the first time last time and beat them. Was beating up on 3-year-olds all year. That's always something to be a little interested in. See a horse that's just been beating 3-year-olds. Although, that field last time, I'm wondering about that last race because the time was so slow. 147. I mean, look at the 82.14. So I know some people were thinking maybe that's a negative. I say let's look at the pace in this race. What do we got here? What do we got as for pace? Okay. I remember my note on here. The 1 is going to go to the lead from the rail. Johnny V will take the 1 to the lead, right? I don't know if the 1's going to hold on. I doubt it. It's going to be on the lead. And then you'll have probably 2, 5, 8, 6 within that second flight. I think 6 is as the 9 will probably be right behind the 6. Some people try to go where Pratt is. I've noticed some people try to kind of follow Pratt, but I do think 6, 4, and 9 are going to get the really nice trip in this race. Let's go to the comments and see what everybody's thinking. 746 for Brad. Rhetorical, but no way beating Zulu. And the distance for Test Score, Curtis likes 3.910. The 3 offers value. Chad's entering program as a rabbit. Ooh, I like that thought. Yeah, maybe the 4 will go out there. It's interesting that Pratt's on the 3 over the 4. Sometimes I don't know if we need to overthink stuff like this, but it's just interesting. I wouldn't be shocked if the 3 won this race. Nice horse. It beat Older in its maiden race, but it's never ran against Older before, so that's another, concern. You got a horse like the 6. He's been running against, grade 1, 3-year-olds and up. You know, he hasn't been in restricted 3-year-old races. I 6 is a major, major contender here. I wouldn't be against singling the 6, although I do think the 9, who's never ran a bad race, in the 10 offer interesting value. Maybe the 3 too if Chad Brown's playing in games. 6 Taylor. So we don't think the 6 can go a mile and an eighth. I'm not sure on that. I think I'm going to check something on that. I'm going to check something on that I remember looking at. I just want to confirm.
I've always loved spending time in your house. Somewhere where Queen and I can just chill out, find peace.
Let me see. So I'm going to. The distance is perfectly fine for rhetorical. From what I'm looking at the breeding and so forth, maybe the mile is not his best, but I mean he's ran a mile and a 16th, and that's, you know, I know it's a little further, but it's only a little bit further, so I'm not going to hold that against the horse, but it is something to think about. Does anybody think the 10's got a shot here? Let's look at the 10 again real quick. Anybody looking at this 10? Anybody hear anything about the 10? Vinny thinks the 6 gets the distance. I don't see a problem with the 6. In fact, he may improve off that. 6, 9, 10. Kurt. Hey, Kurt, you and I are seeing this race. I'm not using anybody else but 6, 9, 10. I just thought about it. You know what? I'm just going to go 6, 9, 10 and move on. I mean, we're spreading too much. Let's make some decisions. Yeah, I agree with a lot of the comments in here. The 3, I don't know. 3 would be the next horse. Mike Lane. Some in here like the 3. They think he's improving if they're playing games. But the 3's never ran against older, other than the maiden win. I don't know. The 3, maybe, you know, I like 3-year-olds running as 4-year-olds. They some improve, but we got some hard knockers in here. You know, we got some hard knockers, and I just think rhetorical and test score. You know, even Gold Phoenix is a hard knocker. 8-year-old, not going to win. Program training, another hard knocker. You know, it's just that kind of. But Pratt picks him over the 4, so this is what I'm thinking. 3. I'm thinking the 3. Sunshine. Who is the bred like a champ? Who are you saying? Sunshine of the base 591 6245. I mean, I think sometimes we overthink things. I think on a ticket I'm going to key rhetorical, but then on other tickets I'm use 9 and 10, and then maybe a tiny ticket use the 3. Cavallero. Oh, Bobby, should have told me it was you, man. Bobby tries to keep West Coast racing alive. Thank you. I like East Coast racing. We need them. All right. And now we are at the Kentucky Derby. Let's all take a sip of our water. If it's Bobby Cavallano, then it's definitely whiskey. If it's Curtis Rosales, then it's definitely beer. Who else? Johnny D. Vinny would drink whatever he gets his hands on. And Steven's definitely got a beer going right now. Curtis. Curtis likes Bobby. Vinny's vodka. Curtis has a beer, of course. Johnny D, Coke or oh, really? Coffee or Diet Coke? No bourbon in that Coke. Ed Medina, Modelo, nice choice. I was introduced to Modelo like 8 years ago by my old job. The Latinos that were working in the other room, they always used to on a Friday they'd go to the back alley and have 2 cases of Modelo's, to wind down for the week. And one time they invited me, and I'm gonna let it was, and I was introduced to that beer, so that's good. So we're gonna. I'm only doing this because talking about other stuff because I want everybody to get ready for the Derby talk, because this Derby talk's gonna be. I know we all got opinions on this Derby. This is the race where we're all getting calls and getting uh, emails, texts. Who do you like? Watching videos, looking at dosage. We never look at dosage. Any other race, we never look at dosage. But this race, we all look at dosage, or many of us look at dosage. So this is the calm before the storm, and we're going to get ready in about 30 seconds. Just want everybody to get in here, talk about this race, get your thoughts ready. I guess we'll go horse by horse, and some horses will obviously get longer, attention than others. So we'll get started. Ed Medina likes 1-6-15-9. All right, let's get started. Renegade. When I first saw the rail on this horse, I was a little turned off by that. But the more I think about it, they switched up the gate and so forth, and the way they run into the first turn, and they switched it up. It's not that I like Renegade necessarily, but my first instinct was, oh, the rail, I'm going to bet against him. But now it seems like a lot of other people are betting against him, and he might present a little value. In the comments, let's talk. Do you like Renegade? Do you not like Renegade? What are the good thoughts, bad thoughts? In my Derby top 5, I have to do a Derby. So many people ask me for a Derby top 5. I just had to put one out there. And I'll be honest, Renegade was number 5 on my Derby top 5. But I don't think there's a ton of space between my top 5. I do think there's a ton of space between my 5 and my 6. So that's my thoughts. So let's get to the comments. What do we got here? Let's talk about Renegade first, guys, before we could talk about all this other stuff, but Curtis is leaving him off, gets shuffled too far back. Ralph doesn't like him. Pace will be fast. I don't think the one's going to have too much of an issue from the way the pace, and we'll talk about pace also, but the way this race pans out, the more you look at it, the one might get a nice little trip in this race. And one thing we got to admit is Irad, excuse me, is the perfect pilot, right, to navigate the rail. So, all right, so we talked about the one. Best finishers can definitely win. I totally agree with that. And I was on both of those horses last year. And I wouldn't leave. I was planning on leaving Renegade off my ticket, but I don't really want to leave him off the ticket now. So there's your thought. Might have the best late kick, yeah. All right, let's look at the 2. Albus. I don't want to talk too much about this horse. Automatically toss horses from New York. I think that Wood Memorial was an absolute disaster. A lot of horses didn't fire. He's too young to win a Derby. God bless him. But the 2 is an obvious throwout. If anybody, you could mention in the comments if you disagree. But I don't want to spend too much time on a horse that's going to run no better than 10th, in my opinion. Race number 3 in Trepidio. I bet this horse in the Santa Anita Derby. He got a full ride by Hector Barrios. He went wide on every turn. This was during the time Barrios was not riding very well. This is a nice horse, but I think this is a kind of a not a caliber. Let me just say. Let's go to the comments. See if any thoughts on the 2 and 3. Yeah, too long of. I don't even think we need to even talk about these horses too long. Gino, whoever Gino is on, I don't know. And I don't care. Very bad human being. But nonetheless, Litmus Test is another horse I don't like at all because I think I've never thought this horse was a tier 1 Baffert horse, and I've never heard that he was. I think he's a tier 2 Baffert horse. And this horse looks like it's going to the front, but then Baffert on an interview said this horse isn't going to the front. I don't think this horse is good enough, and I think this was a very easy toss, as is the 5 Right to Party. Wood Memorial, no thanks. I throw these horses out, and I never get burned from throwing them out. This horse that ran good from the Wood Memorial. God, I can't even remember. I know Fusashi Pegasus, but I know there was another horse that won the Wood Memorial. It was a Doug O'Neill horse. I can't remember the name. I want revenge. Anyway, here we are on Commandment. I'm going to be honest. I think Commandment is an absolute contender. Absolute contender. Major, major contender. Nice post, number 6. I like that post for this horse. I like that this horse, other than the maiden debut, has just done nothing wrong. He's ran against Chief Wallaby twice. He showed a lot of heart in both of those races. You need heart. I'm not sure what the jockey situation is with this horse. What do you guys think about Pratt and Irad choosing other horses over this horse? Or is that a non-factor? Can we talk about that when we're talking about Commandment and your thoughts on Commandment? Yeah, it gets no respect, Jose says. Bobby says he's built great. Horse hates to lose. Let's see. Move in the wrong direction. Okay, so what do we think about Commandment, everybody? Does anybody not like him? Oh, I know. I love Luis Saez. That's not the point. The point is, I don't know. Sometimes these musical chairs don't work out. I told you, I've seen JJ. I personally have talked to Baffert and connections and agents. JJ has gotten off a lot of good horses that other jockeys won on. Yeah, I think Jose's right. Maybe we don't even look at the jockey situation. And to be honest, Luis Saez is not a downgrade at all. Okay, well, so Sunshine or Bobby, you don't like the 6? I don't understand. Your comments are a little confusing. Ralph likes the 6. Kurt from Florida wants to see So Happy win. If So Happy wins, I am going to be nauseous and I'm going to hide if So Happy wins. That horse, I was not impressed with that race. So Happy is bred by Run Happy, and I bet this horse in the San Felipe hard, and we all got screwed because there was no talk about the horse missing 2 workouts and not being fully cranked. So, we all got screwed who bet that horse. But think about So Happy's last race. The one didn't fire, the Baffert horse that had the 100 buyer command or whatever that horse's name was. I can't remember. The 2 Patente had to go too fast early for the first time from the rail. Intrepido went wide. So Happy was the beneficiary of a perfect trip, perfect situation, perfect overall, just everybody, horses not firing, Patente going too fast early. Mike Smith rode us really smart race. He's not going to get no perfect trip again like that. And I think the Santa Anita Derby was an awful race. My personal opinion. You say I'm West Coast bias, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Anybody who says that, that's just completely stupid. Who says I'm West Coast bias? I'm not. I think the Santa Anita Derby was an allowance race. And I think So Happy is a grade 3 horse at the most, going anywhere else. I'm not impressed with So Happy whatsoever. Other people like him. He's getting bet early. You guys could have him. If he wins, I hide and I throw up. So we talked about So Happy. Cherokee, yeah, got all the horses in the Santa Anita Derby other than So Happy were didn't run their race or were compromised. That So Happy got the dream trip. That'll never happen again. Basically it was like a 4-horse field after the start of that race. So Cherokee Nation, was no good anyway, probably. In and outer, no Lasix. So that's that. If you bet So Happy, good luck. Horse will not have my money. Now, how about the 7, Dane and Bourbon? I've had people tell me this horse is visually impressive in replays. Done nothing wrong. Are we tossing this horse? Anybody putting 2 to win on it? Yeah, Santa Anita horses have the most Triple Crown wins, and that could be truthful, Curtis, but this year's Santa Anita Derby was garbage. This year's Santa Anita Derby was the worst derby I've seen in years. But it's true. Okay, well, Ralph, you could watch the rest of this later. That's why I tried to, speed this up. But Ralph, watch the rest of this later. And good day. Have you guys here, whoever's leaving. Does anybody like Dane and Bourbon? Okay, Curtis likes Dane and Bourbon. Bobby doesn't. Yeah, many winners didn't win their. Has the fastest final 3 furlongs of any horse in the race. That's interesting. Very interesting. The horse also ran 1 mile and 3/16, 2 races back. So I guess the horse is good for the distance. I know Japan horse. I mean, is he not a forever young? If he's not, then we throw him out. I don't know. I don't know what to do with Dane and Bourbon. But I think, it's the X factor, right? All right. We talked about So Happy. I guess I'm going to always hate that horse. The Puma. A lot of people like the Puma. The Puma's in my top 5. I mean, the horse beat Further Ado 2 races back. Ran against Renegade, was no match, but that's Tampa. I don't put too much factor into Tampa races. Chief Wallaby. I mean, I think these horses, I don't know. I don't know if anybody agrees with me. I mean, obviously, it's asking too much for these horses to have kind of a rivalry, but I'm already seeing, Wallaby, Renegade, Further Ado, Commandment. These horses have ran against the Puma. Sorry, all five of these horses have ran against each other numerous times, and I think maybe the rest of the year, these horses, when they start running in the 3-year-old stakes and then start, later on in the Breeders' Cup Classic and so forth, hopefully, God forbid, and maybe as a 4-year-old, they stay in training. That's another God forbid, and pray to God they do, but that's asking a lot. But maybe these horses could build a rivalry, and rivalries are very fun. So that's why I think this race is kind of top heavy between those 5 horses. Do you guys like Puma? Do you not like Puma? It's obvious Puma's improved in every race. What do you guys think? Let's go to the comments. Vinny says the throw pattern's good. People love the Puma. I think the Puma's going to get a lot of people that bet the name. Vinny likes the Puma. Oh, yeah, Taylor Swift owns some of the Puma. People love the Puma. Puma's dangerous. All right, we all agree. I mean, Puma's dangerous. I think we're going to have a nice little rivalry between all these horses. It'll be fun, especially if they run good in the Derby, which I think there's a very good chance, barring, Trip and, Trouble, that all 5 could run a good, in the top 8. Or maybe in the top 5. I mean, that's asking a lot, but I wouldn't be shocked if that happened. And if you look at the Thoroughgraph, Ragusan numbers, and other key numbers, those horses stand out. Those horses definitely stand out against the rest, those top 5. So I'm just saying that. How about Wonder Dean, the other Japanese horse? Are we thinking about Wonder Dean? Anybody considering Wonder Dean? This horse was ridden by Giroux in December of last year. I just noticed that. Boy, has Giroux turned out to be a poor jockey out here on the West Coast. God, he's just hard to back him. Anybody like Wonder Dean? Oh, yeah, Mage Connections, that's true. Puma and Renegade will take the money. I totally agree with that. Good mention, the Stamina pedigree. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes these Japanese horses, man, I mean, they haven't won yet, but the 1 year they're going to win, right? Puma was 5 wide. Further Ado had a perfect trip, and Puma won. Yeah, that was at Tampa, though. I don't trust Tampa races, but I respect that. I respect that. And I got to go with my eyes, too. 7 different jockeys in 7 races. Oh, that's true. Yeah, but I don't know what's up with that. That is kind of funny. That is interesting. Wow. Okay, definitely tossing Wonder Dean. All right, Incredible is kind of a long shot horse. This is a horse I'd consider for the exotics. That Virginia Derby was kind of impressive. And I kind of like what I saw. Another Riley Mott horse. I mean, Riley Mott horse. I wouldn't be floored if this horse won, but I'm leaving. He likes Churchill, but I'm kind of thinking this horse is a step below. His Ragusan and Thoroughgraph numbers are leave a little to be desired. I think this horse is a nice little horse. Gets the trip. I think he could be there. Maybe, fight, but I'm not going to bet this horse on the win in. Anybody betting Incredible to win? Kurt likes him for a long shot. Jason don't hate him, but don't like him. Incredible 7 weeks off. That's true. I can't see this horse winning unless, a perfect setup happens. But I think it's a nice little horse. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he won, but I'd be surprised a lot. All right. This is another horse with a good name, funny name. And from what I'm hearing from sources that I respect, this horse is looking really good out there. I heard he had some bow neck action. One thing that bothers me, though, is we're putting blinkers on all of a sudden. I mean, it's Bill Bont, and we don't question what he does. And maybe that move will prove to be beneficial. But it's kind of an interesting move. I mean, he's ran against Puma and Commandment last time right there, part of that 3-horse rivalry at the end, and then almost beat Commandment 2 races back. What do you think about Chief Wallaby Bobby out there? Beat the Puma. Done nothing wrong. What are we thinking about Chief Wallaby? I mean, I think it's a contender, but there's some questions. What are we thinking? Blinkers on. Oh, it's improved his training. Okay, that's good. I know people say it's never won. Same combo. Can the same combo win 2 years in a row? That's the question. But I am hearing this horse is doing really good. And I guess those blinkers could be the reason why. Curtis likes Junior on the turf. I think he's more of a miler. Tim's Brigsby. You're not leaving, are you? I hope you're not leaving. Who do you like, Tim, if you are leaving? So the blinker should be good. Kurt from Florida. What's your name, Kurt from Florida? You're giving us some good information in here for us. Thank you. Thank you, Kurt from Florida. I can't. You guys got all these names. I don't know who you guys are. It's not like Tim's Grigsby 834. I know that's Tim Grigsby. Kurt from Florida. All right. Silent Tactic scratched. So, Patente. You guys know what I think about the. I think Patente is a really nice horse. This is one of Baffert's A-team horses. Into Mischief. I love that breeding. Anybody that knows me knows I love Into Mischief. I heard that workout 57.4 was off the chain. JJ's on it. Part of me will be rooting for Patente, although I don't think he's necessarily ready to win. I'm not sure if he's good enough to win. He'll be forwardly placed, I guess, from the 14 pole. But I don't know. That Santa Anita Derby is just like, then the race before that, he beat a So Happy horse who wasn't cranked, and Robusta, who was 90-1. I can't do it. I love JJ, but I can't do it. Anybody considering Patente? I just don't like that Santa Anita Derby. JJ stalks 8th or 9th. I think JJ might be 5th. I think JJ or Patente will probably be 5th or 6th. So we're thinking
Experience a whole new world of comfort.
We're thinking,
And right now, everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. So
what do you call it? We're thinking Patente. Sorry, it's hard to read these. Yeah, Jason Edwards says it was a prep. Yeah, it's so happy. Everything happened. Patente went to the lead that day, and on a kind of a fast pace. I didn't think, he was kind of forced into that. Patente's a good horse. I mean, I kind of think Patente's the kind of horse that could beat up on West Coast racing and the stakes out here and make some money. But I don't know if he's, and he might improve too. There might be some improvement with Patente. I just don't think the Derby's the right race for this horse to win. I mean, this is the race this horse is going to win. Curtis loves Patente. Litmus test. B Negs. I hear Litmus test isn't going to the lead, but maybe Baffert is jacking us off. But 57 workout, don't put him on top. All right. Well, George Roberts is saying Market is the wise guy horse. I can't go with a horse who's only ran twice. I mean, but Pratt gets on it. I don't know what this horse has beaten in those races. Does anybody else like Emerging Market? His numbers are. I'll say one thing: his Thoroughgraph Ragusan numbers. Give him a shot, but I just don't know who he beat, and he's only ran twice. And this is kind of a race where there's like 5 or 6 horses. And he beat Pavlonian, who's right under him. I guess we could, let's adjust that. He beat Pavlonian, who's right under him, and this is a Calbred. Pavlonian is a contender to run dead last in this race, in my opinion. I don't think this horse wants the distance at all and is just in here for fun. The owners, I mean, the connections, read them and all that. They just want to have fun with this horse. This isn't a serious contender. And that's who Emerging Market beat. I like Candy Ride, but I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Ed says he's going to improve. And I don't know. You guys really like Emerging Market to win? I mean, does anybody like this horse to win? They think this horse is going to win. I mean, he beat Pavlonian and Golden Tempo. That Louisiana Derby wasn't much, in my opinion. And, horses only ran twice. It's asking a lot. I know Mage was lightly raced. Who ran a faster prep race? And I respect that he went a mile and 3/16 too. So, but that's fairgrounds. And you're talking about who ran faster. Pavlonian lost to him by a head, and he's going to run dead last. But I say pass, as well as I don't know. But Pratt gets on him. Well, I mean, Pratt is interesting, right? Him being on him is interesting. He beat nothing. Track was juiced. And he beat, yeah. Actually looking at this, I don't like Emerging Market at all. The more I look, I mean, I didn't like him to win to begin with, but now I really don't like him. But you never know. Pratt is the Jockey of Destiny. He always hits the board. So maybe he'll run third or fourth. He's destined to be a good horse to bet against in matchups. I mean, sometimes these lightly raced horses, it's too much for him. You know, carrying 126. Well, that's not as much as that's not as important as it used to be since they've raised the. But then we got the 17 6-speed. I say we go through this horse and just say, you know, he can't even beat Wonder Dean. So how's he going to win this race? I mean, if anybody's heard something, let me know. But it's another horse I'm not wasting my time with. All right, let's talk about Further Ado. Let me say, we all trust our eye test, right? Further Ado, like the fastest horse in the race. Further Ado, to me, looks like a horse that could be a real monster. And this might be the best horse on the race. Now, the best horse doesn't always win. And he's not number one on my top 5. He's bred by Gunrunner, which is amazing breeding. And a lot of people say he beat Nothing last time. Okay, he beat Nothing, but he did beat him by 11 lengths in good time. And got a 106 buyer. So there's that. I think he's coming into this race in perfect. I love the way he's coming into this race. He ran in the Jockey Gold Cup last year and the maiden race before that where he won by 20. And then took a few months off. Then he ran in the Tampa Derby, ran against Puma, and ran second. And I'm not going to hold that against him. It's a Tampa Bay race. Probably wasn't fully cranked. Then he goes to Keeneland, runs against allowance horses, but wins by 11 in very good time. Now, some people say this horse is a Keeneland specialist. He's won at Churchill. He won a grade 2 at Churchill. Maybe not in record time, but he has won at Churchill. I also think the 18 post is going to fit this horse perfect. I don't understand why people say they don't like the 18 post. I love the 18 post for this horse. What's wrong with the 18 post? He's going to get a stalking trip anyway. He's not going to be on the lead. He's not going to be right up there. He's going to be, Johnny V is going to be puts his horses in great positions always. So he'll be in probably a perfect spot, stalking horses that are going too fast. And when they start going backwards, this might be the horse that gets the lead turning into the stretch. Am I right or wrong with that? Let's hear some thoughts. Oh, okay, 17 posts. That doesn't mean anything. Same thing, 17, 18 to me. Tracy's using them. Ed O'Bell is not. He doesn't like who he's beaten. I respect that opinion. I'm all about class. But visually, this horse looked like his strides are very good and a legit animal to me. And his 3 wins, even against Puma, I think this horse is legit. But let's see. 17 post has never won. That is an absolute zero factor in my opinion. And that there might be more scratches and so forth. 17 post, I don't even see why that's even a thought. It's 0% negative in my thought. I don't care about the 17 post. I don't know why anybody does. The horse will win from the 17 post one day. They've won from the 20 post. They've won, from all posts. Even the rail's going to win someday. Who cares about the 17 post? Please don't consider that in your thinking. That's a very square train of thought. Thinking, oh, he's got the 17th post, he can't win. Seriously, that's very, very square. And if you get that out of your mind, and I'm not trying to be mean, but that's just a crazy thought. And I don't want that repeated around here. We're professionals around here. Oh, further ado is in the 16th post. There we go with that. See why that's not even a factor. I don't care as long as I want further ado to be on the outside, from 11 to 15 or 11 to 18. That's all I care about. Further ado is going to get that nice stalking outside trip that gives them options. There's a long run to the first turn, so he's going to have a lot of options. Further ado, outside post is going to work out for this horse. Trust me. This is a major contender. But there's the class factor. Who is he beaten as a horse came back and won? And then there's the factor of maybe he loves the Keeneland on his feet, the Keeneland dirt on his feet. But I just think Further Ado's the best horse in this race. Will he win? Is he my top pick? No. But I can't understand people who are throwing this horse out. And his Thorograph and Rags numbers put him right there. Ragison bettors like him. I think the 18 is a major contender, an obvious contender. If you guys don't agree, I understand. So there we go. Number 19, Golden Tempo. No, thank you. Got beat by Pavlonian, even though you got squeeze start. Jose Ortiz is great, but George thinks Golden Tempo is going to be closing. There's going to be a lot of horses closing in here. But if you do like emerging market, why not Golden Tempo? You're right. Golden Tempo give you better odds because people bet Pratt just because of Pratt. So I like your thinking, Mr. Roberts.
This is a reminder.
And, you know,
to take medication.
Gold Tempo
This is a reminder.
maybe could
Linda
be
to
the
take medication.
Rich Strike kind of horse. I mean, I'm not going to bet that. I haven't seen numbers that suggest that this horse is going to win this race, but it could be, you know, a pickup pieces, put in your super, maybe even trifecta horse, you know, the more I think about it, you know, because that's how these races go. You're going to have a lot of these horses who are going to get tired. They're chasing, they can't go the distance. They're tired. They're exhausted. They broke bad. They had a bad trip. These horses are going to fall back. You're right. Horses like the 19 are going to benefit from that if he doesn't get that bad trip and all that. Also, he's got an outside post too. I like that for a closer. So you open my eyes to Golden Tempo. He's a good trifecta horse, and I think you're going to get value because he ran against emerging market, and everybody's going to see Chad Brown and Pratt. They're going to forget Golden Tempo's in the race. One horse is going to be 12 to 1, 10 to 1, whatever. And this horse is going to be 25, 30 to 1. And are you that confident that, and this horse is more battle tested, and this horse is just better. I mean, you know, had a little trouble in that race too. Only lost a length. I mean, are you that positive that emerging market's better? I don't think so. So I like that thought. That's good thinking. Vic's Paddock Picks. Hey, thanks for coming late. Nonetheless, we'll be lucky to start. Further ado is Seabiscuit. Stop it with the size stuff. Golden Tempo. I didn't say anything about Further Ado size, did I? I said Further Ado is a beautiful horse with that has nice strides and looks like he visually looks like the best horse to me. But Golden Temple's a seahorse. Yeah, he's definitely a seahorse. I agree with that. He's a seahorse, but he's a horse you could kind of consider in supers and maybe trifecta. Long shots run third, fourth in this race all the time. And if something falls apart, other horses get bothered, dirt in their eye, all that, the horses pick up the pieces. This might be that horse. We're pretty much done, right? Full effort. Who's this horse? Brad Cox's horse from Jeff Ruby race. I mean, he's never done nothing wrong. I don't hate the horse, but turf horse never ran on the dirt. Let's look elsewhere. The 22 who that couldn't even win the Wood Memorial, and that tells you how bad the Wood Memorial is. A friggin' maiden ran third in that race. Tells me Patente might not be that great. Robusta was 67-1 in that race, and I'm Robusta, and then let's not even look at that horse. Needs help. So let's talk let's talk more about, I guess, some horses that. Let's see, Renegade, Commandment, So Happy, and the Puma. These are all the major contenders that we talked about. Chief Wallaby. Some people like Emerging Market. Some people like Further Ado. So what are some bets that we're thinking about making? Oh, 20. Good. Oh, good. It was a waste of time anyway. Golden Temple, 35-1. Yeah, see? 35-1 on Emerging Market is going to be a lot shorter, and I don't think there's that much between them. Patente can get the distance. Anthony's doing a 5-horse tri-box. I mean, that's an interesting tri-box, definitely. Who are those horses? Full effort. What's wrong with full effort? I'm reading these. Further Ado can win the My Little Pony Stakes. Andy Beyer threw Sovereignty out. I don't really look at Buyers when it comes to the Derby. That's just me. I mean, I reference them and I look at them, but I don't consider them a strong measuring stick. I don't, they're like 15th in my thoughts, distance, breeding, Ragusan, Thoroughgraph, visual, all that stuff is, a lot of people I know think the Brisnet number is more impressive than the Beyer speed figure also. So Ed says 1-6. That's all you need. I respect that. Joe says Renegade doesn't hit the board. Jason, we could do the Oaks. We already did the Oaks. You came late, but we'll go back to the Oaks. Renegade for the win. Chief Wallaby. See, we're all going to have different thoughts. I don't even have a horse for the win. Commandment, Chief Wallaby, Further Ado. Those are my top 3. I don't even know what order. Renegade could win, and I wouldn't be floored if the Puma won. But Renegade, is going to kind of take it on the rail. But I don't love the rail. Renegade would probably be in my top 3 if he didn't have the rail. But then again, that's going to help his price probably too. Oh yeah, some of you came late. So let's go to the Derby. Or the Oaks. Let's bring that up. Let me. I gotta remember how to figure this out because we got some heavy hitters in here talking about the Oaks that weren't around for the first hour. So I want to get their thoughts. All right. All right. Okay. Don't look at me. Ugly. All right. Here we go. There we go. Thank God. All right. This is the Oaks, right? Yeah. All right. We already did the Oaks. Um, Real quick on my thought, I like the 10 Prom Queen on top. Percy's Bar is an obvious contender. Always a runner, gun runner, $1 million horse, Chad Brown. Another horse I'm considering. I think Meaning is a nice horse, but not today. And I think he's getting over bet, and Explorer is going to get the lead, probably from the rail. So, what do you guys think? Let's see. What do we got here? All right. Appreciate you too, brother. Appreciate you too, Curtis. Ed Abel, who hit the last 3 Oaks? I'm reading somebody hit the last 3 Oaks. Bobby likes 9, 10, 11. So do I. I think that's a good thought. Chad Brown all day tomorrow. Oh, Hawk. Is that Hawkins? Is that my buddy? Rusty? Is that Rusty? My man Rusty? Yeah, Ed's got a nose for fillies for sure. Okay. 80. Bill, you're betting So Happy. Oh my God. Me and Bill never like the same horses. Good luck with So Happy. You too, Curtis. We'll definitely talk tomorrow. I'll text you my Santa Anita thoughts. Jason doesn't like Zany, maybe 3rd or 4th. Ed likes Percy and Prom Queen. I do too. I think those horses are major contenders. Let's get some other thoughts. How about you, Jason Edwards? Bobby, who do you not like? Well, White Barrio is definitely going to win the Derby. Wasn't that a funny thread, man? I have people coming to me in that thread saying, "Did you not know he's a 7-year-old?" I couldn't believe some of the comments in that thread. That was unbelievable. Okay, Jason likes 10-9. Okay, you know what I want to hear from people in the comments section? What's your double? Anybody? I love the Oaks Derby double. It's one of my favorite bets of the year. And I'm saying, I'll even be honest, it's like an entertainment. Thank you too, Brad. You're the man. Thank you too, Christy. You're the man and the woman. Okay, Bobby. So no Zany, no Meanie, no Explorer. Okay, I respect that. Me and Bobby handicap the same sometimes. Bobby, you're a pace guy like me, man. We like to envision how a race goes before we make our final decisions. All right, Kurt. Oh, Kurt's Key and Chief Wallaby. That's balls. That's balls. I don't know what I kind of want to. I'm gonna make my decision later, but I'm definitely gonna have Prom Queen, and I'm definitely gonna have 9, 10, 11 in my double. And I'm definitely going to have Further Ado and Commandment in my double. And I'm going to bet them, kind of weigh them so where I win the same amount no matter who wins. All right. Thank you. I will. I'll throw out a play. Thank you, Vinny. Yeah, I agree. The 9's going to get a good trip. Ed Medina. Bobby is your second favorite handicapper? Well, Bobby's my fourth favorite handicapper. Whose work reminded them of sovereignty, Kurt? Arietta on the 4. Okay, hold on. Let's move this to the 4. County and Stars. This is a horse nobody's talking about. You know what? I've totally forgot, man. This horse does have a shot according to the numbers. God, this race is tougher than I thought. I need scratches. Let's all remember there's going to be scratches too. Ah, God, boy, man. I talk to you guys now. I like every horse in the race. Oh yeah, Chief Wallaby. Yeah, I've been hearing that workout was amazing. I know a couple of people in Churchill right now, and from what I'm hearing, Chief Wallaby's workout was the one that opened some eyes. So that's definitely Cassie loves her. Yeah, I forgot about this 4. I don't know why I forgot about this 4, but yeah, I had the 4 like as my fourth horse on my preliminary sheet. God, I can't leave out this 4. Oh, this race is too tough, man. I'm hoping for some scratches. Hey, Vic. There he is. I haven't seen barely any of your. Who you liking here, Vic? In the Oaks. Give us some thoughts. Let's see. Christine, you 149 to 1411. Oh, Christy, I don't like your horses in the Derby. No. No. Albus. You're joking about Albus. That's the first horse I throw out. The Wood Memorial horses are trash. Always. Let's see. What blinkers? What are we saying? Justin Phillips is laughing at the comments. All right, let's see. Rusty. Oaks 9, Derby 4, 14, 15, 17. Wow, I guess you guys are going for money, right? I mean, the Derby, in my opinion, is going to be 1, 6, 12, 9, 18. And I see you guys doing bets without any of these horses. You guys are just going for some money, right? Phenom. From what I'm hearing, not many people like the horse. They don't think he's forever young caliber. It's the X factor. I hate horses like that. I don't think it will take a champion to beat these horses, but I don't think I don't know if that 7's the horse. I don't know. You got to hope one of these Japanese horses isn't the champion if you're going to bet against them. I mean, they do have the breeding, right? Who do I like in the double? Or are you asking me, Justin? I definitely would go 6, 12, 18 in the Derby. 6, 12, 18 definitely in the Derby. In the Oaks, man, I got to narrow it down. I'm hoping for some scratches. I know I'll have Prom Queen for sure. And I know I'll have the 11, 10 and 11. Thank you all. Thank you, Johnny. What are we comparing to FY is silly. FY is a great horse. Yeah, I mean, He is. I don't know what to do with these Japanese horses. Does anybody? Does anybody know? He's already proven on the distance. I mean, I'd probably put Danon in the sixth spot. No contest yet. Starkey, William Starkey. Pace in the Derby is going to be hot. Well, there's bets that will the half mile go 46 flat or faster. So I guess you like that. I won't bet a Japanese horse until they yeah. I mean let's go to the since we're talking about the Japanese horse, well, God, I don't want to go back and all right, let's go back to the Derby. Look at that horse again. Here, let's go. Don't look at me. Look away. I'm hideous. Here. Let's look at the Danon Bourbon again, right? Run all day. Let's put some thought onto this horse. Let me look at this horse a little bit more. Danon Bourbon.
Let's just say, hypothetically.
Okay, the mother.
I suggest that you search your heart and you'll come up with an answer. And then call your lawyer.
You just got to ask yourself, how good were these fields? And from what I'm hearing, those first two races were very poor fields. And then that last race was a decent field. I mean, it's asking a lot. It's definitely a step up, right? Who knows if he's ready for it?
Please tell Mom I'm gonna call the dogs.
Point Doom. Let's go. What race was that?
I trust your live up here with you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, no. That's not fair, Ed, because these horses sometimes don't come back the same from Dubai. If it was a better, situation, I'd definitely go with that. So Happy versus 5 challengers. What's the thought behind that? You like banishing. I got a friend who loves banishing, and he's a sharp. Loves banishing. Thinks this is the horse. I don't know. This is another tough race, guys. Knight's Bridge, Cornucopian, Disruptor. Yeah, that Santa Anita Derby was a complete joke. Like it. Danon beat 14 horses. Yeah, but all right, banishing. He wants us to look at the sprints.
The new alcohol-free extra mild Listerine.
smooth, delicious mint.
I know one thing. I like horses that are routers or that can route going 7 furlongs. I like milers going 7 furlongs. I like mile and an eighth horses going 7 furlongs. Bill Conley, incredible. Bill Conley, I respect your opinion, but I think incredible. I wouldn't be floored if he won. He'd probably be my number 8 horse in the race. 6 speed. You want to hear about 6 speed? That's at 17, right? What is there to talk about with this horse?
I finally got the viral bra from Honeylove. It is crazy that you can get this much support from a bra that has absolutely zero.
That's interesting. I like Bobby's thoughts.
I finally found an underwire
I like
bra.
B. Neg's thoughts.
No back fat, no spillage, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't stretch, doesn't sag.
Oh, you know what? Phenom, I totally agree. Danon is interesting. And to make it in my top 6, you know, I mean, you got to consider top 6 in the Derby. That's in the top 20% or 30%. You know, so that's like being top 3 in a 10 horse race. So I totally agree. I think the 7 is a very interesting horse, especially if this 3-year-old crop doesn't prove to be that great. Then the 7 could be a really nice horse. All right, people don't like 6 speed at all. What else? You guys that are new, what did you guys, just real quick, what did you guys think of the 11th race? It got a little harder as the people in here made thoughts. I was 6'9", 10". I think I was 6'9", 10", but you guys knew. Who did you guys like? And if more thoughts on Incredible. Ed, I read that already. And I answered. Exactly, son. Gazora in race 10 tomorrow? No. None of us thought so. Phenom, Bob Baffert said litmus test isn't going to the lead. So I don't know if that means anything, but it's weird. Ed, the answer is I'd happily go with that bet, but Imagination just came from Dubai. And these horses, sometimes you can't trust them after they come back from Dubai. I normally would take the bet, Ed. So, but if it was a regular kind of race, or a regular situation, I'd take you on. Oh, Crude Velocity all day and night. Crude Velocity is the Baffert's best horse in his barn, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not betting against Crude Velocity any which way and shape. Jason likes 634. So Jason's going against test score. I respect that. Singling Englishman, don't do that. Crude Velocity is a monster. Crude Velocity, I've heard about Crude Velocity for 6 months before he even had a name. Trust me, people on the West Coast, we heard about Crude Velocity. Branton Barnes. Hey, Barnes, good horse. Well, the difference between, I think Crude Velocity is going to end up being a Preakness horse, maybe, or he might just, I would right now. I want to bet Crude Velocity in the Met Mile. Man, I could just see that happening. But who knows what's going to happen? I like a horse. I love that horse going a mile. Bob is a liar. That's true. Bill Conley, I agree. So many great races. This is what racing's all about. Full fields, the top jockeys, the, you're going to get good horses at double digit odds. I mean, we got horses 30 to 1 morning line that have never ran a bad race, that aren't even being considered, all day. I agree with Joe C. I am scared. I am scared, Ed. All right, so it's going to be East versus West, even though both horses are from Kentucky uh, in that crude velocity race. Yeah, that's fine. I'm using Englishmen defensively, maybe if I'm doing like a pick three, but I don't think Englishmen it can beat crude velocity. I don't think anybody in the country can beat crude velocity at a distance under a mile. 3-year-olds, of course. No. Well, maybe, but I think crude velocity will be the best horse. All right. If you guys have any other questions, real quick, looks like we got to end this pretty soon. It's been almost 3 hours, and people are going to watch this and be like, "Oh God, 3 hours! I don't want to go through all that crap." Oh yeah, Giroux's terrible. That's true. But I mean, what is he going to do? He's just going to hopefully break and push him out. That's all he's going to do. Jason thinks Englishman's going to win. You guys are obviously East Coast biased, so I understand your reasoning, but he could win. I mean, these are horses. They're fragile animals. If there's any other horses you like, pick 4, pick 5. You know what? I really don't think so. I don't have any singles. I mean, maybe I really don't. It's going to be hard. I mean, maybe go in a big ticket, like a. But me personally, I don't think I'm going to be betting any pick 4s. I'm going to be taking advantage of money back specials online, betting doubles and pick 3s. And I think there's going to be some chaotic stuff happening with horses, waking up. There's going to be something that crazy that happens. And, I think pick 4, but they should pay good no matter what happens. I do think pick 4s and pick 5 should pay good no matter what happens. I wish I did. Ed's singling Percy's bar. One horse to finish in the top 3. I thought of that. If I'm going to bet a horse, that's a great question for all of us to answer. If I'm betting a horse to hit the board, it would be Commandment. Commandment would be my show bet in the race. I thought about that long and hard. Renegade could get trouble. Further Ado might be an in and outer. Puma. Chief Wallaby's got blinkers. Commandment is a fighter too. I'm not saying that Commandment's the best horse or anything, but I think Commandment is the horse. Power box wagers will be your friend in wide open races. Oh, I like that. That's a good thought. I forgot about that. Some exacta box. You know what? We all talked about for 3 hours how we're handicapping the race. We all need to put at least, I mean, seriously, if you put, let's say you put 5 hours of handicapping into both races or both days, you at least got to put an hour of your time into how you're going to bet and do your game plan. I mean, obviously it could change, but you got to write down like, hey, in this race, I'm doing doubles. In this race, I'm doing a pick 3. In this race, I'm doing exacta box key, trifecta box key, or just betting win, place, show. We all need to think about what we're going to bet, not just who we're going to bet. And I always forget that sometimes. Even though I've been going to the track since I was in my mama's stomach, I forget about the fact that we got to put some thought into how we're going to bet. Look at the sequences and consider. I know I'm going to be betting doubles. I know I'm going to be betting 10 to win to get, or 20 to win on horses, money back special. I usually do real good. Last year I had more strong opinions. There was a couple of horses I singled and I loved, and there were a couple more races that were easier. This year, I think the races are a little harder, but I think we're going to be getting 6 to 1, 8 to 1 on horses that we like. And I've heard all of us mention horses that we like at 6, 8 to 1 today. So those are horses we bet in doubles, try to end the double, bet to win, bet in exactas, right? What is this guy doing? What is this? Bright Boy Anthony. 100 across the board play? God, if I had, somebody else should answer that. In the Derby, it would be, I don't even know. I guess Commandment. But where's Jason had a? I haven't seen a Jason. Crown the Buckeye will be second. Who is Son's pick for the Derby? Doesn't he like one of the Florida horses? So are we all going to... I want everybody in here that's still listening. Are we going to think about our bets and how we're going to be betting them? Jason, answer that. Bobby, answer that. Ed, are you going to sit down and come with a strategy of how you're going to bet? Or are you going to just wait till the last second and bet? I say we all be smart and consider how we're going to bet and put some thought and time into that, not just who we're going to bet. I know Big Nags is going to do it. And I know I could talk Bobby into doing it. Jason Edwards, I want you to do it too. Ed, tomorrow's bet strategy day. Tomorrow is betting. Do you want to just... What are you going to do? Consider how to bet? I mean, I know there's an hour before races, some of them, but still, you got to have some kind of game plan. You might see a good sequence of doubles or that you might bet. So Jason's a horizontal better. Weather's going to be good. Oh, 4 Miller Lights, yeah. Ed Medina, you took the day off tomorrow. Well, that's what bosses do. They take the day off. And you're a boss, so. Commandment, Chief Wallaby, all. Bill, you've been researching all evening. Well, put some thought into how you're going to be betting, too. God, I really don't. I did last year, but this year I don't. Do you? Who's got singles? Okay. I'm going to be singling Crude Velocity, but I mean, I'm going to have a little tiny, B ticket on the one horse, but I'll definitely single Crude Velocity. And we'll single that Pratt horse in the 10th race on Friday. Those are the singles. What singles? Everybody mentioned their singles. We're approaching 3 hours here. Boy, my throat is dry. The stuff I do for you guys. I love you guys. And gals, too. I think it's all guys now. It's sausage fest in here. All penises in here. Percy's Bar is singling. Jason Edwards is going to post long shots. Four in the sixth race Saturday. Oh my God. Who is the four in the sixth race? She's so spicy. Oh. I'm telling you another thing I want to tell everybody that's still listening. There's going to be scratches. There has to be. Hopefully there's not. But the way the industry is now, I mean, haven't you seen the last few weeks? There's been scratches galore every day. 4, 5, 6 scratches minimum of key horses. So with all these horses, I'm just off the top of my head, what do we got? 130 horses? 200 horses? I don't know. I can't do math right now. We're going to have a lot more scratches. Oh, good. We're getting some singles. I do think, what day is it? The first race, the one horse is a single. I don't know. There's a horse that ran second in its first race. So that horse is a friggin' lock single, 4 to 5. I remember that's a single. But remember, there's going to be scratches. Hopefully scratches are in a minimum, but that hasn't been the case lately. Bill, there's been tons of scratches on perfect. Keeneland had perfect weather the entire meet, and they were having days where there were 10 scratches. And all eyes are going to be on the Derby. Derby Day. So they're going to do the best they can to make sure there's no deaths in front of millions of eyes, because that would be definitely a tragic situation for horse racing. I hope somebody scratches. I would love if one of the top 5 horses scratched from the Derby. That would help me out a lot. But I'm telling you guys, man, you gotta think of the scratches and your bets. How you're gonna bet and calculate, what you might be betting to. But also, you got to prepare yourself for scratches. And when when they mention the scratches, we all got to look to see if now there's a lone speed, or now, it sets up for this horse, or if there's multiple scratches in the race, it totally puts a wrench into the pace scenario. So don't get stuck on a horse, until you know the scratches, is what I'm saying. So I don't know who's going to be scratched. I haven't heard anything, but just prepare yourself for scratches, guys, because we're in a different climate now where they're scratching horses like crazy. So you got at least 10 horses and 12 horses every race, 140 horses, whatever. If there's 100 horses and they're scratching 10, they might scratch, 14 horses on Saturday. That's a lot of horses, and that could be one of the horses you're considering. All right, we're all going to bed. I got to rest my voice. It was wonderful talking to you all, and thank you for putting up with me, and I hope we make some money. I root for you all, and very good luck. And listen, you could this is recorded, so you could come back and hear any of the portion of the show if you want to go back to the first part or the last part. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, everybody that contributed. And thank you, everybody who was in the comments. And let's make some money. Let's have some fun. And Point Doom. Oh God, I hope imagination blows right by Point Doom. Now we gotta at least have a make fun of each other after that. Good night, everyone. And remember, you could watch this later on at your earliest, or at your leisure. All right, take care.